Hi, thanks for checking out another one of our videos here. This is going to be kind of I'm going to basically double check, make sure it works, and probably replace the battery on it, make sure the battery charger is good on this old Gallagher scale. It sent me the low bars and the scale because they didn't know really what was wrong with everything because they were having trouble with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So we got the bars figured out. One bar needed a new connector put on there because it was an intermittent connection problem. And the other bar was nothing wrong with it. So luckily that was all we had to really do. So we're going to go through this indicator here, make sure it works. We'll hook it up to their bars and weigh ourselves with it. Do calibration if we have to. We may not even have to, that sort of thing. But if you got an old scale, low bars for Gallagher or even True Test, that's another brand we work on. We'll work on about any of them. Digistar, Agatronics, Rice Lake. We'll tinker on about any of them. But Gallagher and True Test seem to be the two biggest brands that we work on. There's other brands out there, but that's two brands that we work on more of than any of them. But we work on a lot of electric fence boxes too. So check us out and tell your friends about us, and be happy to help others out. So this is an old Gallagher Smart Scale 200. There it is. It's a discontinued model. They don't make a lot of parts for it. Basically, all you can really get for them now are battery chargers and batteries. That's about it. Circuit boards were long gone. For these, they've discontinued the boards probably 3-4 years ago. And when they discontinued the boards, Gallagher had a few boards left in their stock. And once they ran out of them, that's all they had. So first thing I'm going to do, throw some paperwork away, I don't need any more, is we're going to check out their battery charger, make sure it works, test the voltage coming, and plug it into the socket here. This is the old style one, it's probably the original one to it. And basically 120 to 12 volt adapter type thing with a certain type of connector on there. So we're going to test the voltage, make sure it's in that 12 volt range. .12 volt, so battery charger's fine. To see if when we plug it into the side of the scale, see if the scale even comes on. Oh, battery's probably shot. Oh, and it died. All right, let's plug this in and see if it still stays turned on. Okay, so this battery's trying to charge up, and all right, let me hook their. Oh, one of their bars is already wrapped up, so the other ones we're going to. That's not wrapped up. We're going to hook up to their scale. Won't matter if left or right side. We'll hook up to this side here. We got a problem with that bar still. Let's just go with it for now. That bar may need a new connector on it. Move the bar over here on the step. It should be about 225-ish. Alright, so the scale does read. See if it locks on. We'll keep it on M for manual. We'll step on there, that way we can manually lock the weight. Alright, it is locking it. It does go back to say 0. Let's put it to automatic and make sure it automatically locks on. My floor is not exactly even level, so that could be why we're not getting the same reading every time. Or, if I'm not standing in the same exact spot on the bar, that can be a little off. So stay on one side. See if that side of the bar reads. All right, step off. Step to the other end. See what that reads. So if I step in the middle, so I gained a little weight. Alright, let's change out this battery, because I imagine that battery is probably part of this problem. It's just not staying charged up and stuff. Alright, we're going to take a, we need a little knife or something. Take a little razor blade here, and we're just going to pop these little gray caps out. They're just hiding all the screw holes. They're not really of any, they're little dust caps. They're not really of any loss if you lose one or booger one up. So if I lose one, I don't think the customer's going to lose any sleep over a half-cent piece. Alright, let's see. Phillips screwdriver. Pop this cover off. Alright, the battery hides up in this upper left corner. So the first thing I do is I unplug it. That way there's no stray voltage running through the thing. And then we'll take the battery charge cable out. And then we'll unplug these two wires here. It's going to wiggle and pull. These are what go to your connectors on the side of the scale. And there's your battery. There's your little silica things to keep moisture out of it. And you can see the connectors and the charge cable are in this big hard block of epoxy. So none of these connectors can be replaced on these models. If they break, you're screwed. Alright, and then you've got these two wires. You can see this one runs to this connector. This one runs all the way across onto this connector over here. And there's your battery charge port. So now we're going to pop this battery. This is a factory battery from way back when, because later on, the factory ones, they always put tape on the bottom side and then like a cushion piece of tape on top to kind of cushion between the battery and the board. Alright, so let me go grab a battery. Second. Alright, this is the battery we're going to use. Different than their battery, but same physical size, same rating as this one, but the plugs are a lot different. You can see the plugs are completely different. So what we've got to do is we've got to, I'm going to splice, I'm going to solder and heat shrink the connector off of this one onto this one. But I do one wire at a time because I don't want any sparks flying. This one won't matter. We'll cut that off. I'm going to junk this battery. And then we'll take the wire strippers. We're going to strip this back a little bit. Let me get my third hand helper thing here. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're only going to do one wire at a time. I don't want there's a good charge probably in this battery, and I don't want the red and black to start shooting sparks if we touch each other on accident. First thing I need to do though before I start soldering, I need to put some heat shrink over these. Maybe we go up one size. Use the red one. That'll work. Alright, so we'll snip off what we don't need. So we'll use, that should be big enough. So I'm going to slide this on both the red and the black. Put that there. And then we'll get another little piece. Put that there. All right. Ooh, man. All right, let's all right, let's we'll do the black one here first. Alright, now we'll take this, heat tilt together. Ow. Come on. Oh, God dang. Alright, so that one's done. So now let's go and heat shrink this. Pull the red one off for a second so it didn't accidentally heat shrink prematurely. Get the old heat gun. Slide that up to where we want it. That one's done. So now we're going to do the other side. Let's get the piece of heat shrink. Slide it down. It doesn't matter which one I slide it down as long as it's on there before we make our next cut and solder and everything. Alright, now we're going to solder this one. Come on. Oh, God. Let's move this up to here so it just doesn't move as much. Come on. Oops. Slide that down. Alright, so now some double-sided piece of foam or tape or whatever, or use one little strip of it here. We'll put it into place. Put it right, come on, right there. And now reassembly time. take this board, get the battery back up over here, the connector and everything. So we will plug the connectors in over here. Come on. And then we'll plug this wire over here. Plug this right there. Just to make sure we got everything going right. There's two buttons right there. That's where your switch on the outside makes contact to. So you can see it's a little low. We need to charge the battery up. But all the battery, yeah, see the battery's low. We need to charge it up. So it's been sitting around a little while. Alright, let's tighten it up. Put those little plastic things back in it, the little dust caps, put all those back where they need to go. Most of them are all the same, except for like 3 or 4. Like I said earlier, these aren't a critical thing to put back. If I lost one, there's a 3. Am I missing? Yep, missing 3. There's 2. There's 1. The 2 on the sides right here, this one, and this one, and this one are all different than the rest. Well, we will just plug this in. It's going to take probably full day or a few hours at least to charge that battery up, but it needs to be charged up. That thing, brand new battery, but it's been sitting in the sitting in my bin for 6 months probably. I don't know, it's been a while. So it's just, they lose charge over time. It's just how batteries are. Unless they're like deep cycle, then they'll hold charge for a while. All right, well, hopefully this helps you out. Shows you a thing or two about what we do here and everything. So we'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully you like this kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. If you got any questions, email me, call me, text me at that number there. There's a website, fencerfixer.com. We talk about electric fencers and fence chargers and stuff that we work on. And cattlescalerepair.com is our website for talking about weigh scales and low bars and things like this. On fixing those, if you got one, send it on in, dog, and we'll talk to you later on.